This video is about Sinfonia da Requiem by Benjamin Britten. I explain the most important facts about the work and the composer. Benjamin Britten was a very famous composer from England who lived in the 20th century. He wrote many different types of music, including operas, chamber music, and orchestral works. Britten is particularly known for writing music that tells stories or expresses certain moods. His works are often performed and are popular with audiences worldwide. One of his famous works is the Sinfonia da Requiem. The Sinfonia da Requiem is a major musical work for orchestra, composed by Benjamin Britten in 1940. Britten was 27 years old at the time and already a recognized composer. The piece was commissioned by the Japanese government to celebrate the 2600th anniversary of the Japanese Empire. However, it was never performed there because it was considered too somber and serious. The Sinfonia da Requiem consists of 3 movements, which together form a kind of musical journey. The first movement is called Lacrimosa and is slow and sad. The second movement, Dies Irae, is fast and shows anger and chaos. The third movement, Requiem Aeternam, brings peace and hope. These movements follow the traditional form of a requiem, a mass for the dead. In the Sinfonia da Requiem, Britten deals with themes such as war, death, and peace. He wrote the piece during the Second World War, and his music reflects the fear and sadness of the time. Britten was a pacifist, meaning that he did not believe in war as a solution to conflict. This conviction can be heard in the intense and emotional music of the work. In the Sinfonia da Requiem, Britten uses a modern musical language that creates different feelings and images. He uses many different instruments to create special sounds. For example, he uses percussion instruments to depict thunder and explosions, and strings to play softer, sadder melodies. His music is often very visual and makes the listener feel the emotions of the music deeply. The Sinfonia da Requiem was performed for the first time in New York in 1941. The performance was a great success, and the piece quickly became one of Britten's best-known orchestral works. It is considered one of his most important early works and is a key piece in understanding his development as a composer. Today it is played and appreciated all over the world. Benjamin Britten began composing at a very early age. He studied at the Royal College of Music in London and learned from other great composers of his time. Britten was not only active as a composer, but also as a pianist and conductor. His broad musical training and talent helped him to write works that were technically demanding and emotionally profound. The Sinfonia da Requiem is a good example of program music that tells a story or paints a particular picture. The work can be used in music lessons to show how music can express emotions and tell stories. The historical and biographical background of the piece also offers many starting points for discussions about the role of music in society. In addition to the Sinfonia da Requiem, Benjamin Britten composed many other important works. These include the opera Peter Grimes, the War Requiem, and the Simple Symphony. Each of these works demonstrates Britten's ability to write music that touches the audience and makes them think. His works are an important part of the musical literature of the 20th century.